ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, 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 Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, pranams to you all. And by the grace of our beloved Purushottam Papa, today we are going to read In Quest of God, chapter 19. Love conquers hate. The sadhu seemed to enjoy the treatment. He was calm and contented. Ramdas, wishing also to taste the pleasure, requested the sadhu to exchange places with him. and thus offer him also the unique opportunity of receiving the attention of the ticket clerk. But the sadhu would not be persuaded to abandon his enviable position. Off and on, the clerk was meting out this treatment to the willing sadhu. This continued for nearly half an hour. The ticket collection work at last stopped. Now the clerk was totally free from work, and he turned right towards the sadhus. He approached the other sadhus, of whom Ramdas was the second, with the object of handling them roughly one by one. Ramdas felt much relieved to see that his turn had at last come. The clerk, coming up, caught his hand in a firm grasp and looked on his face, in which he discovered a most welcome smile, bright and beaming. At once he let go his hand, and drawing himself back a few steps, seemed to have given himself to some thinking. It was Ram who was at work, for next instant he asked all the sadhus to go out of the station. Accordingly, all the sadhus left the station one by one. O Ram, when thy invisible arm protects, O Ram, when thy invisible arm protects thy slave, where was fear for him? One thing was proved incontestably and beyond any doubt, and that was, thou disarmest the evil intentions of an adversary when he approaches you in a violent mood. When he approaches you in a violent mood, by meeting him with a smile instead of with fear or hatred. Love can surely conquer hate. Love is a sovereign antidote for all the ills of the world. After all, the whole occurrence might be only Ram testing the sadhus to see if they would lose their self-control under provocation. All that Ram does is for the best. Now the time was about 2 o'clock past midnight. It was pitch dark. So the sadhus sought for a place on the station for taking rest for the night. But conditions for this were far from favorable. The station was full to overflowing, as it were, with passengers. Every available nook and corner of that portion of the station intended for passengers was occupied, and they were all scattered on the floor, sleeping in fantastic postures. All space filled up. However, Ramdas and his guide, the Sadhu Ram, crept near a pillar where there was found room for both to sit on their legs. The cold here also was very severe. The sadhus sat up close to and pressing each other, so much so that they seemed almost molded into one piece. Ram Bhajan was going on. Ramdas became unconscious and dozed away where he sat and did not wake up until he was roused by a strong and still voice asking all the passengers to take their feet and walk out of the station. This was the order of the railway police. Ramdas opened his eyes and instantly became conscious of his body, which was discovered to be in a peculiar condition. The legs had turned to stiff with cold, and they had stuck fast at the bend of the knee joint. And on a look at them, he further made out that from the knee downwards, both the legs had swollen, and also the feet, as though they were stricken with elephantiasis. However, by rubbing them briskly with both hands for about 5 minutes, he could unlock the suffered stiffed joints. He could unlock the stiffed joints. Slowly rising up, he hobbled along for some distance. As he walked on, the stiffness disappeared. About 8 a.m., they reached the city of Jhansi, about 4 miles from the station. So this is how Papa closes this love conquers hate. So what Papa teaches us here, what is the message he is giving is, when anybody approaches us in a violent mood, so Papa says, by meeting him with a smile instead of with fear or hatred. We should meet them with a smile instead of fear and hatred. So, love can surely conquer hate. So, love is an antidote for all the ills of the world. That is how Papa puts it. So, Papa, through this chapter, asking us, try to practice whenever anybody approaches us with a violent mood. What are we supposed to do? Keep the smile on the face. Then, no fear, no hatred should be there within. So that is what Papa is asking us to practice. Then second learning is, Ram is testing. What is the test given here is, whether under provocation, whether we keep up the self-control or lose the self-control. Testing the sadhus to see if they would lose their self-control under provocation. So that is a test. So many times comes in our life also. So the sadhu, young sannyasi, he was so calm, contented, with smile. He was just going through whatever is happening. He is unconcerned, indifferent to the situation. He never lost his self-control. He was calm, contented. The sadhu seemed to enjoy the treatment. He was calm and contented. So, whatever the provocation situations come in our life also, we should go through with calmness, with contentment, with a smile on our face. So, we will pray to beloved Papa who is seated within as the indwelling reality and seated without as all-pervading reality. Birthless, deathless is He. He is a subtle, mysterious power who is all-pervading, who is there in everybody's heart. That Papa, Nirguna Nirakara Shashvata Ananda Swarup, Purushottam Papa, our humble pranams at your holy lotus feet to bless us all. Only by your grace we will be able to practice this. Otherwise we may fail, we may forget. Please help us, bless us all. With self-control and violent mood, anybody approaches, we should have a smile on face and no hatred, no fear should be there. So kindly bless us all with this self-control and love. Love means oneness, no otherness, unity. Only you are there in all names and forms. So there is nothing to fear, nothing to hate. It is you who is seated in everybody and then testing us, giving us that provocation situations. So make us remember this always. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om pranams to you all. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.